MEP 1079/1. The MEP 1079/1 was powered by a single pulse jet atop the fuselage. The wings were short and swept back, and, like all of the P-1079 variants, none of them would have been able to take off unassisted. All proposed aircraft designs were provided with retractable skids for landing. MEP 1079/2. The P-1079/2 was powered by a single Argus Schmidt SR-500 pulse jet. It had a cockpit at the front end of a long fuselage and short swept wings. The narrow air intake was located in a ventral position below the cockpit. MEP 1079/10C. Powered by a single SR-500 pulse jet, half of which protruded from the tail end, the air intake was located behind the cockpit on top of the fuselage. ME 1079/13B. Powered by two SR pulse jets placed on both sides of the fuselage. It had twin vertical tail fins. MEP 1079/15. Powered by a single pulse jet having a broad, flat-looking fuselage with cockpit on the right side and pulse jet on the left. MEP 1079/16. Another asymmetrical small plane powered by a single pulse jet. Except for the twin vertical tail fins and the air intake design, it was similar to the MEP 1079/15, with a broad, flat body having a cockpit on the right side and a pulse jet on the left. MEP 1079/51. This was one of the most conventional-looking designs. Since it was powered by a ramjet instead of a pulse jet, it had a wider and shorter fuselage. Messerschmitt P-1101 single jet fighter. In addition to the Me-262, the Messerschmitt Advanced Design Office was given the problem of developing a fighter with approximately the same endurance and range with a single jet unit. Several projects were considered. The first P-1101 was designed at the personal wish of Professor Messerschmitt for the purpose of collecting experimental data on high-speed aircraft and to prove the Aero Wing. A 2-meter span model was tested in a wind tunnel at Berlin-Aldershof. The prototype had been completed but was blown up before the arrival of Allied troops. This had a Junkers Umo 004 engine, which was later to be replaced with a Heinkel Herth 011. The two-piece wing has steel spars with wooden ribs and skin, and is swept back at 40 degrees. There are leading edge slots and plain camber-changing landing flaps. The pressure cabin is located well forward in the upper parts of the fuselage, followed by the fuel tanks, undercarriage retraction space, and a tail cone housing the equipment. Underneath is the central intake, loading to the turbojet unit at the rear. The armament, disposed on each side of the cockpit, comprises 2 or 4 Mk-108s, with 100 rounds per gun. The tricycle undercarriage retracts into the fuselage. Span, 27.07 feet. Wing area, 170.61 square feet. Aspect ratio, 4.29 to 1. Disposable load, 3,239 pounds. All-up weight, 8,961 pounds. Landing weight, 7,197 pounds. Rate of climb at sea level, 73 feet per second. Service ceiling, 46,000 feet. Speed at sea level, 549 miles per hour. Speed at 23,000 feet, 608 miles per hour. Landing speed, 107 miles per hour. Takeoff run, 787 yards. Messerschmitt P1101/92. The MEP 1101/92 heavy fighter and destroyer was designed to carry a 75 mm cannon. It was of all-metal construction, with a mid-wing swept back at 40 degrees. Two Heinkel Hirth HE-011 jet units were slung under each wing, developing 2,860 pounds of thrust each. A butterfly V-tail was mounted in the rear, and tricycle landing gear arrangement was chosen. The two-man crew sat staggered side by side. Armament consisted of a single 75 mm cannon in the nose, offset to the right side of the aircraft. No other armament was included. Span: 43 feet 6 inches. Length: 42 feet 11 inches. Height: 13 feet 5 inches. Wing area: 376 square feet. Maximum speed: 558 miles per hour. Well, I'm guessing that we all know the story of the Bell X5, which was actually the Messerschmitt 1101 unfinished prototype, which was recovered at war's end, taken back to America, examined, and rebuilt into the world's first operating swing wing aircraft. And the other thing is that Messerschmitt made so many project aircraft, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't see how I'm supposed to keep track of all of this. I think one basic reason is that Messerschmitt, because of propaganda reasons, was designated to be the manufacturer of fighter airplanes, whereas Heinkel and Junkers were supposed to be the bomber specialists. Never mind who designed the best aircraft. That's the way the propaganda went. So, the next video is the final one. Stay tuned for that. The present tense has been used for convenience in the following contexts. However, this does not mean that an aircraft is in existence or that one was ever built.